Well, good afternoon and welcome to Loftus Versfeld. We find ourselves in the Arcadia suburb of Tshwane, where this afternoon the 2021 second semi-final of the Nedbank Cup is set to take place. And what a glorious afternoon it is for some entertaining carpet football between two sides who are well familiar with playing entertaining football. But it is very much the story of the Nedbank Cup. It is the story of an underdog against the giants. And indeed, there is the possibility once again of seeing an underdog fight and slay a giant on their way to an unlikely title. To work that ball back into a danger area, he has Ranti looking for a charging run against his former side. And has seen that ball out over the goal line. It's called a goal kick here. More encouragement from Coach Maleka.
Look, this is Tukelo Ranti with his skill. That's a dangerous move. Any defender that commits becomes a penalty.
Yeah, he's got all the theory and experience in the world behind him. This is officially termed. There's a great chance here for Sundowns. It's tapped on by Mkulisa, but a great clearance off the line by Ndengane. And a scrambling clearance from the physically opposing defender to deny Mkulisa a second goal against Tshakuma in the space of 2 weeks. What a start from Sundowns.
But a good tackle from Ndengane there, knowing that the goalkeeper is out of his goal post. So now he needed to do what he had to do with a tackle, with a leg tackle. But that's also the great run from Mkulisa, being able to identify the space to be able to receive the ball. Yeah, they come a long way. Now they're a team that is well structured now, but the problem is...
Good concede here, ball straight back, and how did the Tembazwane miss that? Just as we were talking about the structure of Tshakuma, it's all come crumbling. The nuts and bolts falling out as Sereno ran onto a beautiful pass, sent a testing ball in towards Arubi, who could only parry it as far as Zwane. It had goal written all over it. The only thing I can think of is that it might have been an unkind bobble. Beautiful from Mudiba, linking up with Lekay. Delivery in and a header that's crisp, but beautifully saved by Arubi. Best goal-scoring chance outside that ball that fell to Tembazwane. And while there was a firm and on-target header from Gaston Sereno, it was beautifully saved by Arubi. Zwane. Lovely flick over the top here, no offside. Sereno here inside the 18-yard area. Penalty surely. That ball was away. There's going to be some consultation here from where I'm sitting. That I thought looked to be a penalty. There's a host of Mamelodi Sundowns staff that are challenging that. It's not been called, if you are wondering. And I saw it as a penalty because the ball was taken away. Sereno went up. He was heading down. There was clear contact. But after he was on his way down, there's no real sense of panic I get from Sundowns as they look to get it in here. It's a chest of Shalulile. Vilakazi to win it. It's brilliantly denied by Washington Arubi. For the second time in the game, Washington Arubi has been equal to a scintillating effort. How did Arubi even get across to save this? This was sensational. So after 90 minutes, we will have extra time in this Nedbank Cup semi-final fixture as it's goalless after regulation. Very deliberate over this. Lekay! Oh, beautifully denied again by Washington Arubi. Seemingly impenetrable today, and on his anniversary of his country's independence, he is seemingly doing no wrong. Great chance here and a run, and Naibi, oh, is that going to be a penalty? It's a very awkward angle from which to make a challenge. Well, that looked like he has unsuccessfully attempted to play the ball. A follow-up here, lining up to take it. Could this be? Oh, Washington Arubi denies him initially, but the follow-up is there. The offside flag is up, and still it remains goalless. Controlled by Shalulile, looks to get the shot in here, but Arubi with another a brilliant save, and Onyango correctly flagged for offside. But after extra time, 120 minutes of game time, 0-0, penalty kicks to follow. Lyle Lakay against Washington Arubi, and Lakay shows confidence in putting it away. As for the first time tonight, the ball bulges the net of Washington Arubi. Lunyane, usually very confident from 12 yards out. In he goes, and it goes high, and the opposite way of the diving goalkeeper, Goss. We're on strike in the penalty shootout. So Hlompo Kekana stands over this. Not only a legend of the game, the all-time record scorer in goals in a Nedbank Cup match. He goes from 12 yards out, and is denied! Washington Arubi. It's Nebulamba against Goss. And Nebulamba tucks it into the back of the net. We've got our finalists confirmed. It will be Chippa United against Tshakuma Chamatibandila. Two sides that are still very much relegation candidates contesting for the National Cup. This Tshakuma side has managed to string a group of players together as a team, and they have done for the second time this season, kept Sundowns quiet and eliminated them on penalties. Remarkable result.
Mpumaleka, the coach of TTM, you spoke about this. It's going to be tough, and it was. But you threw to the Nedbank Cup final, coach. How did your assessment of this game go?
First thing first, let me just congratulate our boys. The players, they dug deep as we worked throughout the week about the game plan, what to expect and how to do it. And look, we played against the champions here, make no mistake, and we gave our all. Happy enough with how the plan goes, and nothing much. I mean, it's a semi-final, so it doesn't matter how you win it. And we're happy with the performance of the guys, let alone Sundowns. We respect them, and we have to do what we have to do.
You talked about it doesn't matter how you win. It's so many incidents throughout the game. There was even a penalty appeal for yourselves as TTM. What did you think about those incidences?
Look, from where we were standing, you cannot judge it. So we don't want to go there, because even them, they had some look like they into similar. So for us, it was all about what can we do on the day of the match. And we needed more. And the guys, they still continue to do what we were supposed to do. I only believe that this performance will carry through to the league matches. That's where the big stake is. But going to the final, it will be a bonus and an investment and injection to the players.
A true investment. Congratulations, coach.
Thank you. I'll continue.
We spoke about how tough it was going to be against TTM, but not this tough, knocking you out of the Nedbank Cup competition.
Yeah, we expected a very tough match, because they're a very good team. Don't take them lightly. But I think today credit should be given to their goalkeeper. I think Washington was on top of his game today. He made some sterling saves in areas where you thought he was dead and buried, but he came out. I want to believe we tried to push them as much as we could. We created good moments. We had some calls where we thought maybe we could have had something out of them. But in football, you must always accept some of these things happen. We lost a game that I believe we played very well to be able to win it, but unfortunately, it was not to be. And they must be congratulated, because they put up a very good fight. They defended very well, and they managed to drag the game for too long. And it was always going to be tough for us, considering that we had another tough match on Monday. But be that as it may, I believe we fought very hard. We pushed them, we created scoring opportunities. Washington was just there at the end of every ball, and no wonder he was the man of the match.
Coach, this is only your third defeat so far this season, and I mean, you talk about the amount of games Sundowns has played. How do you move on from this loss?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have a chance. We have to pick ourselves up. We've got another tough one again on Wednesday. It's important for us to come back quicker and not slumber because of the result of today. We are playing another very, very tough match on Wednesday, which requires a lot from us. And in the hindsight, you would say it would have been better to lose in 90 minutes than to go all the way to penalties when you've got such another critical match on Wednesday. But we are a big team. We've got what it takes. We've got the personnel. We were unfortunate today that some of our key players had to pull out in the 11th hour, which was Dennis and Musa. But the truth must be told, we never really struggled in that regard. We just could not score because they made our life very difficult there.
They had the recipe of frustrating Mamelodi Sundowns.
I wouldn't really say so, because honestly, when you arrive to the goalkeeper that much and he manages to make so many good saves, you must give credit to the goalkeeper, because it means the last line was bypassed and the goalkeeper stood his ground. And I've always liked Arobi. I've always believed he's a very good goalkeeper. And today he really showed his quality. And I'm sure there are many other teams now who are looking at him differently, because he's always been a good goalkeeper. I was wondering why he had to slump down into NFD and all that, because he's always been one of the best goalkeepers in the country.
Coach, hard luck for being out of the Nedbank Cup competition. Good luck in the rest of your campaign.
Thank you very much, Tato. We'll do our best.